Hi, I'm Brian Mosley of Dark Furies Publishing, and this is part 1 of the Introduction to Centennia. What you're seeing in this video is the cover of the first Centennia sourcebook, The Colonist Companion, and some of its interior artwork. The Colonist Companion is the rule set for Centennia. I'm still receiving art, but otherwise the book content is done. The Colonist Companion is being released as an estimated 160-page PDF this month, December 2023, with print-on-demand availability coming in 2024. Core mechanics have been playtested and were completed in 2021. Since then, I've been working on equipment, vehicles, spaceships, and space travel, and the new world of Gaia, well, actually, the entire Gaian solar system. 160 pages is not a lot for all that content. That's intentional. I didn't want a 300 to 400 page book. If I had been able to fit everything into 96 pages, well, it would be 96 pages, but I couldn't. I put in what needed to be included for the guide, that's the person running the game, and the players. There's flavor text to help set the atmosphere, but this is a concise and streamlined product of character creation mechanics, rules for gameplay and encounters, all the equipment I mentioned earlier, and an introduction to the new world. It's full, and it concludes with the Day 1 adventure that introduces guides and their players to the Centennia universe. The purpose of these videos is to briefly explain what Centennia is and what it isn't, and discuss the content of the Colonist Companion. I'll talk about why I believe Centennia is a very good game system and campaign setting that is a lot of fun and is unlike other systems and campaign settings. I'm going to pitch to you why I think you should give Centennia a try, and I encourage you to download the 40-page free preview. It's available on DriveThruRPG, and there's a link on the Dark Furies website. Now, if you're thinking, I don't want to learn a new game system, okay, that's fair. But I'll tell you, Centennia uses a unique dice pool mechanic of 6 10-sided dice. That's all you'll ever roll for action resolution. It's easy to understand, and it's consistent throughout the mechanics. Game system is called Tengen, and it is unlike any other game system I've seen. Centennia is best described as a science fiction setting. Now, if sci-fi is not your favorite genre, don't leave just yet. It is not a dark future, and technology is not at its forefront. There are campaign reasons and game mechanics that hinder and can destroy some technology, especially the more sophisticated ones. This means characters are not defined by their equipment, and what they do possess is meaningful. Characters are more likely to be exploring a world than flying through space, and a shotgun is a lot more reliable than a coil rifle. And the most important point, this allows the campaign to focus on the characters and their stories, and that's where the spotlight needs to be. Centennia is an interstellar colony ship. It's humanity's first deep space colonization effort. She was made possible because billions of people on Earth purchased chances to be selected as one of her passengers. Centennia is known as the Ark into Space because she carried 12,000 colonists in cryonic bursts, nearly 250,000 cryoembryonic pods, and over 1 million flora and fauna specimens. That's a lot of stuff. And then she set upon a voyage of over 100 years to reach a new world. All went pretty well for the first part of her journey. And then the lights went out. Centennia started losing power. The only way for the crew to stay alive was for them to be placed into cryonic bursts and leave the drones and the EOS, we'll talk about those later, to run the ship as best as they could. Eventually, the drones began to wake the colonists because Centennia had entered a solar system that contained not one, but 2 habitable worlds. But the mothership was badly damaged. The after effects of cryonic sleep make it almost impossible for the colonists to function when they are first awakened, and they have no idea how long They've been asleep. They know almost nothing about this solar system. They have to make a choice, and they have to make it quickly. Stay aboard a ship that cannot support them, or escape to an unknown world. They take what they can and leave everything else behind. This is the Exodus. This is where the Centennia campaign begins. I've played many tabletop role-playing games, and I've published titles in print and digital format. I began creating Centennia because I wanted to make a better game system. I didn't plan for a sci-fi genre, it just ended up that way. I began with the universal system because I didn't intend to create a campaign setting. I've done that before, and it's an enormous undertaking. It also requires players to read the setting information so their characters know what they should, because presumably the characters were born in the world and live in the world. That can be a lot, and it's not always fun for some players. Plus, it's a common theme that's been used throughout role-playing games, and I wanted something different. By bringing characters to a new world, everyone gets to learn together. Character creation is easy and very forgiving. You get 10 points to assign as your stats. You get experience, called build points, based upon your character's age, and you use these points to buy your skills and traits. Your stats will increase and decrease depending on your age. And even though it's a skill-based system, there are simple mechanics so that no character can become the best at everything. You don't even have to completely finish your character before beginning gameplay. You can save a portion of your character's build points and spend them during your first game to spontaneously buy 1 or 2 ranks in skills or traits. You can also change your character a little bit at the end of each game, so you don't need to make perfect choices at character creation because you can change them. You're not locked in. You can begin with one skill set and over time rebuild your character's expertise into completely different talents. Characters grow and evolve, and they don't lose their experience just because their interest and their abilities change. The Centennia campaign begins with the Day 1 introductory adventure. This is literally the first day that humanity sets foot upon the new world. So the colonists have all just arrived. It's up to guides and players to decide if the characters arrive in the initial exodus or shortly thereafter. Either way, everyone starts equally. There are fewer than 4,000 colonists. They are on an unknown world, and there are many mysteries. They don't have all the resources they need, and survival will be a challenge. Plus, surprisingly enough, people don't always work together, and the colonists are no exception. With all of that said, I believe Centennia offers a unique opportunity for players to begin shaping their character's world at the very beginning of humanity's new home. There's a lot more coming. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I hope you'll share it with your friends. In the next video, we'll delve into the Colonist Companion, starting with character creation. Until then, take care and good gaming.